If anyone needs some Velveeta, let me know. Well, go birds. Of course I started to film when there's a siren going by, but that's okay. Anyway, hi, welcome. Weekend in my life loading, and we are gonna have ourselves a weekend because it is a long weekend. It is a long weekend, got off of work early, so I am currently walking a little bit ways, but I'm walking to Home Goods just to feel something. No, I do want to buy some things, I think for Valentine's Day, little home decor. It might be a little retail therapy, I don't know, but that's where we're going, and we will catch up soon. So I'm finally back home. It is only 4 o'clock on a Friday, but it still feels so late, despite the fact that I got home from work while it was still light outside, which normally isn't something that happens. I don't know. Either way, I'm grateful for the long weekend, grateful to get some time to relax, and now I can show you my Home Goods haul. Not so much a haul, I got like a couple of things. Also, I'm eating a piece of sourdough with butter on it because I came home and I was starving. So yes, I did go to Home Goods to look for some Valentine's Day decor or fun little cutesy little things. I know that sounds like really cliche, but I don't know what it is about Valentine's Day this year, but I wanna just make it really fun and cute. It's not really a holiday that I typically care about. I've been in a relationship for a very long time at this point. My partner's birthday is also the day after Valentine's Day, so it's always about his birthday, which is fine. Like, it's just any other day. Totally agree. Hallmark holiday, all of those things. However, as I get older, I feel like I need to start forming more positive associations with holidays, because as you get older, holidays just don't really hit the same, you know what I mean? Like, Christmas, birthdays, even Halloween, as much as I love Halloween, it's just like, you're not doing the same types of activities, you have more responsibilities, it's just not the same. So I feel like I've been putting a lot of value into just like how I decorate my space and my environment during the holidays, just to feel excited about it. It's an excuse to look forward to something, and I think honestly that's what most, except for my birthday, still have weird feelings about my own birthday, but I think that's what most holidays have become for me, right? Because think about like Christmas, like I don't really care about presents. I love buying presents for other people, but my favorite memories of Christmas growing up were just decorating the house, getting together with family, and all of these things. It's an excuse to celebrate something and see people and come together, which the older I get, I feel like the less that's happening, at least for Christmas. And then like Thanksgiving, obviously do not agree with what Thanksgiving stands for, but it's always been an excuse to come together, cook a meal, be with people that you love. So I'd love to just like put a little bit more of that into Valentine's Day, because there's really not much going on between like Christmas and New Year's to Halloween, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I just want something to look forward to, and I am absolutely that person that typically will keep up my Christmas decorations through February, part of which is like laziness, part of which is, like I said, my partner's birthday is in February, so I kind of have fun putting his birthday present under the Christmas tree. And since the holidays passed by so quickly this year, I feel like I didn't get to like genuinely enjoy them. It's been nice to still have our Christmas stuff up, but I do think I should take it down. Except for the Christmas tree. She's gonna stay up for a while because it's just like nice ambient lighting that we have coming from the loft. All this to say, I purchased some things for Valentine's Day just as something else to look forward to. So I understand Valentine's Day really does not mean anything, but I want to make it mean something. The only thing I went into Home Goods knowing that I did want to find was a mug, a coffee mug, which I did find. I'm very excited. They had lots of them, but I settled on the heart-shaped one that has hearts on it. I absolutely need no more mugs. I might have to hide this from Evan because he's gonna see me holding a new mug and just be like, are you okay? Because I have so many mugs. To be fair, I collect them, but typically I collect mugs from the places that I visit or travel to, and I don't just buy them to buy them. But the only time I do buy mugs is for holidays. I have a bunch not a bunch. I have a handful of Halloween ones, Christmas ones, and now I have a Valentine's Day one, and I see nothing wrong with it. So I will absolutely be using this probably like every other day between now and March. I just hope that my pour over coffee filter thing fits in here, because otherwise I cannot be using it that frequently, but I think it will. Next, I got some hand towels. Getting new hand towels is such an easy way to decorate and show some holiday spirit for whatever holiday it is. I don't know, they're just cute and festive. So these are just like neutral colors that have hearts kind of embedded into them, I guess. Sorry, it's kind of dark in here, so I don't think my camera is focusing, but I will show them later once I put them in their places. But I also just like buying hand towels because I feel like it preserves them longer, because otherwise if I'm not using my holiday ones, we just have like regular ones that definitely see a beating between drying hands, drying surfaces, drying plates, and all of those things. So I feel like having a rotation of hand towels does not go to waste. So lastly, I'll be honest, I'm not sure how I feel about this. Maybe once it's on the table, I will like it. It's not that I don't like it. Obviously I like it. I bought it. But I got a table runner. It has some cute bedazzled hearts all over it. Just something simple to add a little Valentine's magic to the apartment. Well, it is many hours later now, and if it weren't for the fact that I need to cook dinner for me and my partner, I would be in bed. I would have been in bed a long time ago. I am very sleepy. But I am here in the kitchen, ready to make a little cozy, warm Friday night meal. It's a little after 8. Evan is hopefully getting off of work soon, and then still has quite a long commute home, so we have some time, but I'm just doing a pasta dish. I figured I'd start making it pending the time that he's home. Pasta should keep fairly well if I keep it warm. And in the event he's gonna be a long time, which happens sometimes, I may just eat and then he can have whatever is left and I will be in bed. I feel like I normally don't share meals that much in vlogs just because I do what I eat in a day videos as like a separate thing on this channel. And also it tends to be just like the least exciting part of the day. But I feel like the pasta dish I'm making for dinner is kind of funny, so I wanted to share it. So when I was doing my weekly meal planning earlier this week, or last weekend, whatever, I knew I wanted to make a pasta dish because I hadn't made a pasta dish for like a week or so. So I was like, I definitely want something. It's still cold in New York. I want something warm, cozy, like maybe not so good for your health, but good for your soul, like that kind of pasta dish. So I was scrolling Pinterest, nothing was really speaking to me. And then all of a sudden, I swear it's almost like I could just envision this pasta and I could like taste it in my mouth as I was thinking about it. And I don't know, I feel like I just had so many different sensations of experiencing a certain type of pasta. And I was just like, why am I feeling so strongly about this thing? Like, is this something I've had before? Where is this coming from? And then I remembered that it's a Ruby Tuesdays pasta. And then I remembered that many, many years ago, my father bought me this America's Most Wanted Recipes cookbook that does like copycat recipes from our restaurants. And look how old, look at this. That's nasty. The Ruby Tuesdays pasta that I would get every time I went to Ruby Tuesdays was in here. So I don't know why, I just find that like very entertaining. I have not thought about this pasta, let alone like Ruby Tuesdays, in years. So I'm gonna make it for dinner tonight and I'm gonna see if it still holds true to my like 14, 15-year-old taste buds. So here's what is in this pasta. It's called the Sonoran chicken pasta. I defrosted some chicken tenderloins for Evan, and I'm just gonna use maybe some tempeh. Honestly, I don't know. I already feel way too tired. I may just have a big bowl of pasta with no protein, it's fine. But we need butter, onion, garlic, jalapeno pepper, flour, hot water, chicken bouillon. I just have like vegetable stock. Half and half salt, sugar, Tabasco sauce. This is a lot of ingredients. Lemon juice, cayenne pepper, shredded Parmesan, Velveeta. We'll get to that in a second. Salsa, sour cream. I think I'm using Greek yogurt, same difference. Pasta, chicken, black beans. I don't remember that. I probably made it without black beans as a child. Diced tomato and green onion. So I haven't purchased or had Velveeta in a number of years. So to say I was surprised when this was the only size pack of Velveeta that they sold at the store that I went to. Yeah, I need like maybe like that much of this. So if anyone needs some Velveeta, let me know. It's not like it's gonna go bad. Okay, so I was just staring at this for a couple of seconds, kind of just in awe. And then when I saw the bottom cardboard here, I remember a memory of living at home with my parents. Oh my God. Back when I made soap. And I remember now that I took one of these Velveeta boxes that looked just like this and attempted to make a soap mold out of it. So multi-purpose, you know, we love a sustainable girly. Just kidding. I don't think anything about Velveeta is sustainable. Like if you left this outside on the ground, I'm not quite sure it would be biodegradable. And yet here I am, about to eat it, about to make it. I will eventually one day or another use this whole thing for like nachos or fries or something as time goes on. So I could both recognize how disgusting Velveeta cheese is, but then also just be very down to eat it. It's fine, it's fine. Trump is about to be president, nothing matters anymore, it's fine. You chose right now to eat your toes? Yeah. Okay. Well, good morning. It is Sunday. You're really going in there, aren't you? It is Sunday. Yesterday was a very good day, but also just like a very chill day. We honestly didn't do too much that was worth filming, really, but Evan and I woke up. We're trying to be in our like productive weekend era where we're not drinking as much the night before. We wake up not hungover and we go out and be active a little bit. So yesterday I went to a spin class. He went to go climb, and then we met up afterwards to get bagels. So we went to this little place in Williamsburg called Leon's Bagels. He got a breakfast sandwich. I just got a whole wheat bagel with cream cheese, which was actually so good. They also were handing out free samples of like moisturizer for a collab that they were doing. I don't remember the name of the moisturizer or like skincare brand, but a bagel store collaborating with skincare, like is there cream cheese in it? I don't know. I'm not sure. But I mean, like, thanks, I guess. I don't know if I plan on using it because, knock on wood, my acne is like doing okay right now, and I don't want to tempt fate with that. So might be like a foot cream or something. So that was yesterday morning, and then we kind of just hung out for a little bit. It was kind of just like a cozy Saturday because it started to rain, so Evan was playing some game on Xbox and I sat here with him and the cats, and I just did a little bit of The Sims because I've been back in my like cozy game Sims era a little bit. And then last night we went out to dinner. So we've been doing this thing. I think I've talked about this before, but we do this thing where we go back and forth for choosing restaurants whenever we go out to dinner, at least once every week, if not every other week. And we go back and forth of who gets to choose the restaurant, and this is a decision or like an idea that came out of like my huge decision fatigue, where we'd be sitting here on a Friday night both just like proposing ideas back and forth, and I was feeling really anxious about it. And I don't know, so we do this thing now where someone chooses a restaurant, does not tell the other person, we just bring them there and then we have a good time. And it's actually been so cool and fun for being able to try new things around the city, and especially now that we are leaving in a couple of months, leaving New York. In hindsight, it's been just such a really helpful thing to go see new places, experience new restaurants, new food, new neighborhoods. So yesterday was Evan's turn, so he took me to Sunday in Brooklyn, which is a restaurant in Williamsburg as well, and it was really, really nice. Obviously we hadn't been there before, but when we got there, it was small, it was quiet, it was intimate. We shared some pita and hummus, which was absolutely delicious. We've become like such big dip people, like Mediterranean dips, like yogurt dips, hummus dips, all of those things. So it was so good. The pita was so fluffy. If you ever go to this restaurant, 12 out of 10 recommend. And then for dinner, I don't know if this was technically a side dish or something, but since we had the pita, it ended up actually being altogether was really filling. But I got this baked sweet potato that had a coffee and tahini dressing and then some sort of like little salad next to it. I'm not doing it justice with the description that I'm giving. In the first couple of bites, I was like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this. It's not that it was bad, it's just like the coffee and tahini with sweet potato was just such a new experience, but I ended up devouring the whole thing. It was so, so good. Would definitely get that again. But that was our evening, and then we did go to a brewery just for a little bit to watch the first few minutes of the 8 p.m. NFL game last night, which was Commanders and Lions, I believe. So I just had a little drink there, came home. I was very much in bed before like 10 p.m. I was exhausted. But now it is Sunday. I had my coffee, as you saw. Still absolutely obsessed with this mug. Was very happy to see that my pour over cone situation did fit on top. So this mug is gonna be my personality for the next like month. But it's a little after 9 right now. I've been awake for a little bit, just catching up on my YouTube as I like to do on the weekends. Evan is unfortunately at work today and will be at work for most of the day. So it is a day of just me, you, Willow. Mindy is over there eating her breakfast. There are quite a few things I do want to get done, but knowing that I also have tomorrow off kind of takes away the pressure of like making this a super productive day. But first and foremost, I'm going to be going to another spin class at 11, so I'll be leaving here probably in the next like 45 minutes or so. And normally I do not double up on spin classes like this, but I kind of have to for a couple of reasons. One, I will not be here next weekend, so I'm trying to get my credits worth within the month of January. And two, because the location that I go to, which is the location of Cycle Bar that I used to work at for like a year and a half, is closing down in like less than 2 weeks, which is, I have a lot of feelings about that. There's other locations in the city, so I'll probably keep my membership and see if I have the motivation to go into Manhattan to take my spin classes. But yeah, so I'm trying out a new instructor today who I'm assuming will be teaching at other places. It's a Post Malone theme, so I am all up in that. I'll probably stop at the grocery store afterwards just to pick up some things, because in terms of making and baking, which is something I'm doing all the time on the weekends, I need to make pizza dough because we're having pizza tonight. It is Sunday. I'm not making sourdough because I do still have some from last weekend if it's still good, hopefully. And I'm also going to be traveling to Delaware soon, so it doesn't make sense to make sourdough, but I want to make pizza dough. I want to make cinnamon buns. I am trying to enter my like cinnamon buns era with creativity and trying new ingredients and stuff, which I talked about on Instagram. Yes, I finally started posting on my Bake Shit Happen Instagram again, so please go follow if you would like to follow all of my baking adventures. I've been posting right now just photos of things that I've made in the past year and a half since I ignored that Instagram account, but I made a post on there of cinnamon buns recently and then just talking about how I want to start experimenting with different flavor combinations and just like make cinnamon buns my baking personality. So I would like to experiment with that. I need to make the dough today. That way we can have them for breakfast tomorrow. In a perfect world, I'd also love to bake some sort of like dessert, but we'll see how I'm feeling. Maybe that's a tomorrow activity. And then after that, the important NFL games are on today. So the Eagles play at 3, the Bills play at 6:30, I believe. So I will be sat down on this couch very anxiously watching that game. I also need to do laundry, so that's on the list. Oh, and also it's supposed to snow. Oh my god, how did I not lead with that? It is supposed to snow. I'm so excited. I just seem to like miss the city. I'm not here whenever it has snowed, or like whenever I leave Delaware and come back to the city. It snows in Delaware. So it is finally going to be snowing while I'm here. I'm so excited. So that's another reason why, just like low pressure day, I might be inside for the rest of the day after spin, and that's totally fine. How are you? Can I do one dark chocolate peanut butter and then one coffee toffee? Wow, I should have been home like 30 minutes ago. The subway was so delayed. But I'm back from spin and I made a couple pit stops along the way coming home, one of which was going to Levin to get some cookies because I figured since I most likely will not be making a dessert, does not mean I can't have sweet treats ready for me and Evan when he gets home. So every single time I've been to Levin, I get this same cookie every time because the first time I went there, I got the dark chocolate peanut butter cookie and I simply could not go back. However, when I walked in there today, they had a new flavor, and when I tell you I got the last one, I am so excited. It better be so good. It's a coffee toffee thing. I'm not really sure. This is one of those cookie companies that does like the really thick, gooey ones, and best eaten warm. This definitely, I think this is the coffee toffee one. It's almost like black. It is black, but you can see all the toffee in there if it would focus. I told myself I'm not gonna even try them until Evan gets home later because it just feels so rude, but not the camera focusing on the sweet baby rays. Oh my god. And here is the dark chocolate peanut butter, which has been the cats have the zoomies, my favorite since the beginning. What is going on? I wish you could smell. Oh, it's so hard not to take a bite. Oh, that's gonna be so good later. We'll definitely have to reheat them a little bit because it's just not the same if they're not warm. So that was that. I also went to the grocery store, which was supposed to be just like a quick little small buy, and it kind of was. This was meant to be a week where I didn't have to buy a lot. One, because I way overbought groceries last week and did not mean to. So like we pretty much got what we need. Two, I'm leaving for Delaware in a few days, so again, do not need that much. But the thing about grocery trips where you don't need to, where you know you don't need to buy a lot of things, means that I end up buying the things that like I don't typically buy because I feel like I have room in the budget. When in reality, I should see the benefit of an opportunity to save money, but instead I spend basically what I would spend any other week. So that's kind of what happened, but I'm not mad about it because I got some good things and some sale items too. That's also why I justified some of the things that I bought because they were on sale and I would have bought them anyway, or they're things that like vegetarian, like vegan items that I try not to buy unless they are on sale. So happened to see them, it all worked out. So we'll do a little grocery haul. Since the camera wanted to focus on it in the background so much, I got a bottle of the sweet and spicy Sweet Baby Ray's. I think I said earlier that I'm making pizza tonight, and in fact I'm going to attempt a barbecue chicken pizza. And I'm not really a barbecue sauce type of person. The only time I really enjoy barbecue sauce is on barbecue chicken pizzas at restaurants, and I get it without chicken. I've had some really good ones before. And then there's this restaurant down at the Delaware beaches called Arenas that has something called death fries, which is like cheese and bacon. I get it without the bacon, scallions, ranch, and barbecue sauce, and it's just really good. So gonna attempt some barbecue chicken pizza tonight. Sweet and spicy sounded good. I also purchased, since I am apparently in my Valentine's era, this is the La Colombe. It's one of their cold brews, strawberry mocha. I'm not so sure, but I'm intrigued, and being intrigued leads to purchases that I may or may not need to be making. So this will be my drink of choice when football comes on, and in case this tastes like trash, which it probably will, this baby was on sale. This is the International Delight Peppermint Mocha Cold Foam. Paper towels, just because we're out. These I do not need, but I figured once it comes to be football time, I'm not gonna be eating that pizza with the oven until like 9:30 tonight. I'm gonna need a snack. I might make a sandwich or something, or like I have small things, but I saw these fries and they sounded good. I have 1,000 different types of mustards that I need to use up at some point. So they're craft beer battered fries. Figured I'd give it a try. Speaking of potatoes, I did get 2 russet potatoes. I do already have a bag, but I wasn't sure if I'd have enough. Looking at it now, I think I have enough, but I think I'm gonna be making a batch of my really, really good mashed potatoes this week, so we can do a little steak dinner. I also wanna have wings this week, and I like to eat mashed potatoes with wings. I feel like it helps with the spice level sometimes. Also, speaking of steak, I did not buy this today, but I did purchase a singular chunk steak from the store last week. I saw this impulse buy, one of the reasons why I ended up spending way too much money, but I've only had this once, maybe twice, every time at restaurants. So I think this is a fairly new brand to come to the stores, but it's a plant-based steak, has a lot of protein, made from soy protein, gluten. There's really not much in it, but when I had it before, it was quite good. Normally when we do steak nights, Evan will have like a steak for himself. I'll make a like tempeh steak that I marinate with like liquid smoke and soy sauce and garlic and make a steak sauce, and it's like really good, but every once in a while you gotta treat yourself. So I would like to have this with some potatoes and a veggie. Continuing on the vegan vegetarian food train, I got some Gardein chicken tenders. I figured I would use this for the barbecue chicken pizza today, and it was on sale. Also on sale were these Gardein Ultimate Plant-Based Chicken Fillets. When I was visiting my parents over the summer, my mom always goes ham, and like when she knows that I'm coming, she'll purchase like a bunch of like Beyond or Gardein or like all of these things, which I'm very grateful for. But one of the last times I was there, she had, I think it was the Gardein brand, but I don't know, just the most delicious vegetarian chicken patty that I've had from like the freezer section in a very long time. Normally I'll just get the like Boca ones or Morningstar ones. I really like the buffalo chicken ones that I'll put on salad sometimes. But whatever ones she bought were like thick, like I want to make a chicken sandwich with you type of thing. And I think it's this brand, and it was on sale, so I bought it. And then, I don't know why, but I was craving a yogurt. I don't crave yogurt very often, but since I was in the aisle, I grabbed this, figured I'd give it a try. It's the, I don't know how to pronounce this brand, I'm not gonna try, but it's not the 000 kind, because I have tried that before and freaked me out a little bit, but this one is just 20 grams of protein with no added sugar and like minimal fat. I don't know, cherry flavored. I'm gonna have it right now. All right, texture wise, does not look too scary yet. Ooh. That is good. I don't know if I've had cherry yogurt before, but this, wow, this is really good. Wow, I did not realize I'd be ending up talking so much in this portion of the video, but I got a lemon for all the lemon water I've been drinking, a red onion, a very, very tiny one for the barbecue chicken pizza, and then a red bell pepper for the barbecue chicken pizza. Last but not least, some salted butter, because we desperately need butter. I try to only buy butter from Trader Joe's because it is so affordable there, but I probably won't be going there until next week. And then some Philadelphia cream cheese for bagels, for rice cakes, for the mashed potatoes I'm making, for the cinnamon buns, cream cheese frosting. Well, I think next on my to-do list is to take a shower, maybe have a little bit more of a lunch, and then later this afternoon I will have the fries as a snack. Oh my god, wait. I just turned the camera off but realized it just started snowing! I literally must have just gotten inside right before it started. And you are still not going outside. I'm so sorry. I feel bad. She's been begging for like weeks to go outside because normally we let them out for a little bit, but your beans are gonna freeze, bro. Okay, maybe don't do that. Jump scare. Oh my gosh, I can't smile. So since I have a whole little Sunday to myself, I've already done a handful of good things to care for myself. I'm gonna indulge a little further and face mask. Oh my god, I'm realizing in this moment how expressive I normally am when I talk, because I cannot move my face at all, or this thing I feel like will just slide right off my skin. So you are getting monotone, dead face Sarah. But I've showered, clearly, and I'm about to make pizza dough before I sit down, because it is already like, we are getting close to Eagles kickoff. So I just fed my sourdough starter, so she is good to go. I'm gonna put her in the fridge. For now, I'm going to make pizza dough, which I've been flip-flopping back and forth between my pizza dough recipes recently, and I figured because I now have a lot of sourdough discard that I could do a sourdough discard pizza dough recipe. So the recipe that I'm doing is the King Arthur one. It is online. I will link it below if I remember. This recipe just calls for a regular flour, but because I have a whole bunch of different flours currently in my sourdough discard, it will be a little on the like more whole wheaty side, rye side. The past couple of weeks, I feel like my starter has not been like up to speed and not performing the way I would like it to, and that's honestly probably just because it's so cold in our apartment all of the time. So I've been, just to give her a little extra love, been feeding her with a little bit of like equal parts rye flour and whole wheat flour, or like rye, whole wheat, and bread flour, some sort of mixture like that. If you are someone who makes sourdough, even if you're not making it very frequently and you're not saving your sourdough discard, what are you doing? Highly recommend that stuff, as long as you store it properly, like it stays in the fridge fairly well, and there's so much you can do with it. I like this recipe a lot too because you can make it same day, of course. If you wanted it to like sit and get like more sourdough-like and funky, you could probably definitely make it ahead of time, which I've probably done before, but it's literally 2 o'clock now. It's gonna sit on the counter for 2, maybe 3 hours again, just because it's kind of cold in here, and then I put it in the fridge, and then I'll pull it back out when we're ready to use it. So super easy. Turns out fairly well. Then I just throw it on the pizza stove that I have. I have a cast iron pizza stove that, or cast iron, yeah, pizza stone that I love. I have also just, oh, that's enough. I have also just thrown it on like a pizza pan and also performed fairly well. Although there is sourdough discard in here, this recipe does call just for like a fairly little bit of active dry yeast, which honestly, depending on like how old your discard is, mine isn't that old since I just fed my starter. Like you could go without this, but especially with the recipe that I'm doing most of the time, having like a good portion of whole grain, whole wheat flours in it because of the starter, I feel like having a little extra yeast just to help it bubble up a little bit more, get a little bit more fluffy. At least that's what I tell myself. I'm a very amateur baker. I'm not sure if that's correct. And last but not least, this recipe does not call for oil, but I am a big proponent of olive oil, at least a little bit, going inside of a pizza recipe. Sorry. I honestly did not think I would be jump scaring you again in this video, but I realized since the game is about to start, I unfortunately need to partake in a Eagles game tradition that Evan and I started this year, and that is to take a shot of Bird Gang whiskey. This bottle is basically empty, but luckily for me, we have a second. Wow, I can't believe I'm about to be doing this in a face mask and recording it. This is free will right here. I did not have to press record, but here I am. I also will be sending a Snapchat to Evan. So Evan apparently took his shot last night, which is why there's like nothing left in here. Because we were talking about it yesterday, and I was like, oh, if you're going to work, I was like, I guess I'll take the shot by myself, but like, is it gonna be bad luck, superstitious if you don't also do it? And he was like, okay, like when I wake up at 5 a.m., like I'll just take the shot by myself, or if you want to wake up with me. And I was like, you're absolutely not taking a shot at 5 a.m. And I also certainly will not be waking up at 5 a.m. to do it with you. So the compromise was, he said if he did it, as long as he did it after the games that ended last night, it would still count, whatever. So I guess I went to bed, like I said, I was in bed. So at some point last night, he took a shot by himself. But look at these cute little shot glasses I made. They did not really come out as planned, but they say go birds. And then this was a Christmas present I gave to Evan. Very, very, very small. It's basically not even there. But what it was supposed to say on the bottom is, what was it supposed to say on the bottom? Something like fans since birth, residents since 2025, because if you don't know, we'll be moving to Philly this summer. I think part of the reason I feel so opposed to like taking the shot right now isn't even because I'm like by myself and wearing a face mask, but because I wasn't planning on drinking during this game. I'm here by myself. I was gonna enjoy that strawberry mocha coffee that I will open up shortly after this and let you know how it is. So it's like I'm taking this, then it's just gonna kind of like sit there in my mouth and in my stomach. It's different when you're taking shots and you're also like still drinking a little bit. That's not the case today. Well, go birds. Ugh. Every time I do this, I chase with water, and it's like I have a thing of Diet Coke sitting right up there. I'm not always as bad at taking shots, especially of whiskey. It's just this is not as expensive as it kind of is. It's not that good. I also feel like it sat in my mouth longer because it took longer to drink with the face mask. Ooh, it is not sitting well. Anyway, game starts in like 5 minutes, so time to be anxious for the next like 4 hours. Well, since the Rams just scored and they are now winning because Jake Elliott missed the kick for the Eagles, amazing touchdown. Does anyone care about this? Probably not. Anyway, now is as good a time as any to finally crack open this thing. Also, this is a face mask I need to wear for 3 hours, so like there's gonna be more of this. Well, she certainly does not smell great. I truly hope that this coffee does not ruin like strawberry and chocolate for me forever, especially because Evan requested a strawberry and chocolate birthday cake this year, so you probably can't see how bad I'm like cringing, but that is not. Yeah, no. So for the first time ever, this pizza crust recipe kind of gave me some trouble, but honestly, it still tasted really good, and the barbecue chicken pizza was delicious. But on Monday, we thought we would go adventure out a little bit despite the snow, but honestly, the snow just made everything prettier, so we went to go do a little shopping around SoHo. So I say shopping, but honestly, I unfortunately didn't buy anything, but the first place we went to was Muir and Grand. They have a couple of locations in the city, and they're always at like the Bryant Park Winter Village. I love this store, great for jewelry, great for just cute little clothing and accessory finds. I was very tempted by this pink and red bow sweater. Honestly, I may go back and get it one day. It is just so cute. Next, we went to Muji. I'd never been in the store before, but they had a lot of really cute, simple home goods as well as clothing. Honestly, going shopping in SoHo during the winter is probably like the best move because the streets are empty. Next, we went to Zara. Never been to Zara before. Don't know if I want to go back. Not quite sure the hype about it. Next, we went to Urban. If this shirt is not me, I don't know what is. And once again, I was tempted by some really cute Valentine's Day themed pants. I might also go back and get these. These are just adorable. Okay, Union Square Subway, we see you. Very cute. Love the vibes. And finally, we finished off the day by going to Italia Beer Company.